Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Game Night ASMR. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to play Fox in the Forest, the duet version. So this one is a collaborative trick-taking game. I think the other Fox in the Forest game is competitive. This one, you work together. So this game, as you can tell by the duet name, is a two-player game, and as you can tell by the size, it's a bit of a pocket game, which is always really nice. You know, I guess if you have cargo pant pockets, you can throw this in, take it on the go, and play it whenever you like. You can see this board is itty bitty little thing. It is two-sided, which is nice for different difficulty levels. This, you can see, has a forest path. So what this game will be is us kind of traversing the forest and collecting these gems. You will win the game if you collect every single gem from the board. So, like I mentioned, this is a trick-taking game, and trick-taking, if you don't know, it's like a fairly standard dynamic in a lot of standard card deck games. So, euchre, I think spades, hearts maybe. A lot of card games with a standard deck have kind of a trick-taking mechanic, and essentially it's just trick is just a cute way to say everyone plays one card face up, and that's a round, and then someone wins that round, and then you proceed. For this game, the tricks will be used to determine the movement either this way or this way in the forest path. So that's kind of the most unique dynamic for this game, and I think the thing that makes it most interesting is that you're playing tricks in order to navigate properly back and forth. So I'll start with going over kind of the anatomy of a trick, what it is in general, and then we'll go into how it applies specifically for this game. So this game has different suits. So you can see there's some doves here. There's also the rose suit, the star suit. They sort of function the same, but they made it cute. In general, there is a Trump suit. That is the name of it. My apologies. This is the suit that is the top ranked when you are playing these rounds of tricks. Then there will be the lead suit. So that is whichever card is played by the first player, they will determine the lead suit. So in this example, we have doves as trump and roses as lead. The lead suit tells you what you have to play. So first player chooses it, and then each subsequent player has to play the same suit, follow suit. So if you have a hand that has one of the lead suit, then you are required to play that card. If you don't have anything in your hand that would match that suit, then you can play any suit that you would choose. So in general, how this will go in trick-taking games is every single player will play one card face up, and then you'll look and see who won that trick. The ranking is primarily higher numbers are better, so a 10 is better than a 2, for example. But you also have to consider the suit. So the trump suit is the highest ranked, then the lead suit is under that, and then all other suits are below that. So that's kind of how you determine which one is the highest rank, and then whoever played the highest rank one would win. So that's kind of what a trick is. Specifically in this game, the tricks will only be 2 cards because there's just 2 of you. This game also has some special abilities on cards. So some of them might be that you exchange cards with your partner. Some of them might be that you can move in the opposite direction, or may ignore the movement value of one of the cards in the trick. And they have a little cheat sheet where you can see all of the card abilities so that you can take a peek if you're trying to consider what your partner might be trying to play. I'll go through the rest. So the other 2 are for the 3. If you play that, then you can choose one of you to swap out a card for the trump card. And so this means you get that card, but it also means you can choose what the trump suit is and kind of change the dynamic of the hands you have. And then the last one is if you lead with a 9, then the other player doesn't have to follow suit. So those are a few special abilities to kind of mix it up from kind of like a standard card deck. And you'll determine who wins the trick, and that person will move the player tracker, it's kind of your team tracker, in their direction. So if I want a trick, it would go this way. If you want a trick, it would go towards you. So that's how you determine the direction that you're moving. But the other thing is the movement. So on these cards, you can see there are tiny little paws, and the number of paws will tell you how many spaces you're moving. So in this trick we had before, the total number of paws is 3 on the one card and 0 on the other card. So we would move 3 spaces. So the number is just for deciding the direction of the trick. The paws are just for deciding the number of spaces, so they're separate. Once you, as a pair, play a trick, you'll move your little guy around, and wherever you land, you will take 1 gem off of that space. And the goal of the game is to get all of the gems off of the board, so that's progress. If your movement would take you off the edge of the map, then you get a bit of a penalty. You'll go back into the starting space, it's the little circled spot in the middle. You'll move any gems in from that edge, and then you'll cover that spot with a forest token. So this kind of restricts you even more so and makes it harder for the rest of the game because it's easier to fall off the map. If you do that so many times that, let's say you need to place a forest token, but you don't have any left, that means you've lost the game. So the game will consist of a whole bunch of these tricks. You'll have a hand of 11 cards, and then you'll do 3 rounds. So in total, the game will be 33 tricks. You'll have your hand of 11 cards, and once that is dealt, you can't really communicate with your partner anymore. Since it's a cooperative game, you can't like give them hints like, oh, I really wish we could go this way, or, you know, I really wish we could play a dove or whatever. No kind of table talk like that, as they say. But in between those rounds, so once you're done with your 11 tricks, then you can kind of discuss strategy for the next round. For the round end, they have that on the back of the cheat sheet, and it's just 3 steps. So the first one will be adding more gems to the map. So ideally, you've, let's say, collected some gems from various spaces. Then at the round end, you'll look at the tiny plus signs, and any space with a plus sign, you will add a gem to it. Then you'll place a forest token, and you can choose as a team which end of the path you want to block off. So you'll place a forest token. If there are any gems on that spot, you'll move them in 1 space. Last, you'll shuffle up the cards. You will deal 11 to each of you, and then you'll reveal a trump suit. So it'll be some extra cards, and you'll just flip the top card, and that'll randomly tell you what the trump suit is. That's the round refresh, and then, like I said, you'll have 3 rounds. If you don't complete the game, if you don't complete the game by the end of the 3 rounds, then you also lose the game. The only way you win the game is if you collect all of the gems off of the map before you run out of forest tokens and before the end of the 3 rounds. They do have in the rule book little points chart, so if you want to play this multiple times, you can kind of see where you landed each time if you improved. And then also, there are a few ways to up the difficulty, one of which is using the other side of this board, which has extra gems. And the other is on this side. You can see there are some diamond symbols, and you'll place an extra gem on each of those diamond symbols for extra difficulty. And then the last thing you can do to make it extra difficult is to lower the number of forest tokens you have. So you have 4, you could try playing with less. Those are all the rules, but now I'm going to take you through how to set up the game so that you can start playing. And this game is fairly quick setup, so take out the board, choose your side, put your starter token on the circled starter spot. Then you'll place the gems on the board according to these little hanger symbols. So a couple of the spots have 2 gems, but most of them just have 1, at least on this side. And then of course you will shuffle up your deck, deal 11 cards, and then from the remaining cards you will reveal 1 as the trump suit, and then you can begin playing. So a very quick setup for this game. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I think this is a nice game. It's fairly cheap. I think I got it for like, I don't know, 10-15 bucks maybe. And it does seem quite difficult. I've only played it maybe a handful of times, but I haven't even attempted side B yet, the more difficult side of the board. So there is a little bit of difficulty to work through, and that gives this game a little bit of free playability, which is good. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed. If you want to see more board game ASMR, there's plenty up here. That's kind of my main focus on my channel, but I also have makeup, project panning related ASMR, and various things. Also a lot of cat ASMR. So thank you for being here, and I will see you again very soon.